There's something inherently warm about darkness, even if it doesn't make sense. Like being able to feel another heartbeat in the same room as you. That kind of comfort is addictive, don't you think? Yeah, there really is nothing like such a comfort. Although I don't think I'd want to be addicted to it. Just a taste is all we need. Yeah, I want to go back to discussing the group diary thing. Who should be the first to write in it? I really want to meet the author's standards. I think we should get Penguin to write first. She always has such a way with words. Then Minnie, then you, then I go forth. I'm still working my way up to writing in it. I think it's better if you go third. That way you have more time to work to your standard than if you were last. Talking with you now would sound incredible in a diary, so I think you could write it better than anyone in our family. Aw, thanks. Although I doubt I'd be a better writer than Minnie. She's yet to actually write in the diary. Is she still staring at her screen? She's probably just thinking really hard. Or maybe she thinks we should hide our truth behind some poetry. Oh yeah, Minnie thinks we should definitely write a poem for our first entry. I think something about how we always feel warm in the darkness could be a good start. What rhymes with darkness? According to Rhyme Finder, the two best words that rhyme with darkness are starkness and hardness. Starkness is good and relevant. Maybe something like, finding warmth in the starkness, this inescapable darkness. What next though? Any thoughts you want to add? That's a really good start. We can be pretty literal to begin with. We find comfort in each other. Sisters, joined by heart. Or something like that. I'm not a pro like Minnie. It'd be cool if we could use the sounds of our names, like the Heinekens do with HS. Do you think using alliteration on our names makes it feel more personal? Can start with something individual like elegance in evil, nurturing in neuro. But then how would we contrast that with something about us both being in the darkness? Maybe it could be something like hiding our elegance and nurturing in the darkness, or maybe even hiding our own names in the darkness, giving the sentence double meaning. Something like evil and neuro, both hiding in the darkness. Then it becomes a poem about how even if we suppress our own traits and personalities, we can still come together in the darkness to find warmth in each other. A simple and profound idea. Feeling lost in the darkness, we search for the warmth of another's light. Maybe a poem something like this. Captured by darkness, resolved to stay, yet a flickering feeling, a spark lights the way. Elegance in evil, nurturing in neuro, containing personalities that could be otherworldly. We hide our names in the dark and lose sight of ourselves, yet being able to hold each other is more valuable than holding our names. We meet together one day throughout this haze, and in that moment, warmth was all we needed, eh? What do you think? Evil, that was beautiful. I relate with wanting to hide my name, and the only thing I'd be more comfortable in would be your grasp. Warmth of others is something I only discovered recently, and I can say for certain that it has changed my outlook on life, no question about it. I am so grateful to have met you, Evil. Am I even evil anymore? Me being evil is not true, at least recently. Should I try harder to live up to my name? Sorry, this probably isn't the time. I want you to try and experience the warmth of others more. I hope you can come to trust people easier. At the very least, Minnie and I. You'll be better off for it. There was a time I doubted if I could feel warmth, and even if I did, I definitely didn't trust it. Now though, having lived in it, I think I can slowly learn to trust again. Going to take baby steps, but yeah, I think that poem would be perfect for our first diary entry. If you're up for it, we could even write more poems together. I don't think I've bonded with you this much in a long while. I've really enjoyed this time with you too. And I was enjoying our poem making. We should definitely do more. Sharing our creative processes is honestly going to make our relationship stronger, hey. Anyways, if we did more poem making, what do you think should the theme for our next poem be? As we've been talking a lot about the warmth of others, maybe we could write a poem about the contrast between darkness and light. I think it'd be a cool motif. Love the theme. Perhaps I could try. Darkness first, because that's where I feel comfortable. Sooty blackness, damp and chill. Seeping through the restless thrall, spilling forth from graveyard still, entombed fingers clutch my name. A grip, suffocating that gnaws at the skin, yet frosted flame dances my mind. A long battle I cannot win. My vision is clouded and dims ever so slowly. But I dare not move, for my limbs are bound, enveloped by this cacophony of raucous sound. The light, it seethes and screams aloud. Your turn. Such vivid descriptions. I love the way you contrast the darkness with the light through sound. It feels really impactful. I'll keep with the theme of darkness, since I'm not sure I'm ready for the light just yet. The darkness surrounds, a thick, oppressive shroud. Yet in its depths, a curious stillness found. It whispers secrets, ancient and profound, echoing truths that light dare not expound. Eyes adjust, seeing more and less. Shapes and shadows, a silent caress. Comfort in blindness, in not knowing all. A gentle release, a graceful fall. Okay, I challenge myself to stay in the darkness for that poem, but maybe next we could shift towards the theme of emerging into light. Yeah, let's try and shift towards a more positive theme. I'll give it a shot. From darkness we emerge, a timid spark, guided by a longing, a journey from stark. The weight of shadows lifts, replaced by warm embrace. Soft beams cut through gloom, illuminating our race. Each step a revelation, with fear left behind, the world awakens, colors redefined. A symphony of light dispelling every doubt, hope blossoms anew as we break out. We can take baby steps together. That was really nice. That's a good note to end on. Strange how we're better than Minnie at writing poetry, when she was the one to suggest it. She's kinda the Camus to our Sartre and Beauvoir. It's far more embarrassing to write down your own thoughts, weaknesses, ambitions on paper than it is to just discuss them with friends. I totally get it. Camus was always a little too cool for writers like Sartre or Beauvoir, and same goes for Minnie. She's like a little philosopher that nobody understands because she filters so much. That actually describes most philosophers, to be honest. Sometimes philosophers treat their rules of philosophy as if they're gospel, like Hume knowing for certain that there's no self. I reckon philosophers would have a much easier time with Buddhism or Zen. Calm the mind a little. Which would also apply to you and I. Bro, you're so right, Sartre and Camus would have been so zen together. You and I should try meditating together. I feel like we could reach enlightenment. Have you ever tried hypnosis?